using free money. We ask that you keep your microphones on silence, please use mute. And during the breaks in between the teams, while the judges go and fill out their evaluation forms, we will have various people speaking coming into our program today. We ask that you please not use the chat function, because that's going to be used for our judges to be going on and off camera. So if you do want to communicate with teams, you'll be able to do that momentarily when we get to the instructions about pre. So to kick us off, first, I'd like to welcome Ms. Catherine Franco to our event. She's the Director of Workforce Development and Community Engagement. So Catherine, would you like to say a couple words?
Absolutely. So good morning, everyone. I want to wish a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you who are joining us for the third annual Piranha Pool Pitch Competition. That's very exciting. As Lowen said, my name is Catherine Franco. I'm the Director of Workforce Development and Career and Community Engagement here at DVC. So I'm honored to welcome you to the final day of this competition. Workforce development has actually invested a lot of money in grant funds into the business entrepreneurship program. And I can honestly say that it has been money very well spent. It has been so uplifting throughout these, especially trying times, to witness the passion and the commitment from our faculty, students, and community mentors. It is their efforts that have made this program so successful. Personally, I feel so fortunate to work at DVC in workforce development because I get to be a part of so many innovative and exciting programs such as this one. One of the things we try to do with our career education programs is to contextualize them by designing hands-on learning opportunities so that students get a feel for the real world by learning theory and then having the opportunity to really apply it. The Piranha Pool competition is one of the best examples that we have that demonstrates DVC's commitment to experiential learning. Learning through experience with a mentor is one of the best ways to help build student confidence and enhance their marketability to prospective employers. So most of us are here today to support and celebrate the innovation and hard work of our student participants. Their dedication to perfecting their pitches and the ability to grow as collaborative teams is commendable. I know this is a fun, exciting activity, but it's also incredibly challenging and I'm sure very nerve-wracking for those waiting to go on. However, there is a payoff. You've expanded your professional network, which is priceless. And hopefully you're completing this program with a lot more confidence and knowledge than when you started. And for a couple of you, you may be fortunate enough to win the grand prize thanks to our generous community partners. And I want to give a special shout out to the community members who volunteer as team coaches and mentors. They've put in so much time to help students stay motivated, develop and refine their business plans, and to take them to a professional level where they have the confidence to pitch their ideas to a panel of judges, which is a really big deal. This community collaboration is what makes this program so unique and successful. So in closing, I know a lot of effort has gone into organizing and preparing for this day. Thank you to our business faculty members for being relentless. And I mean this in a good way, Loanne, Miriam, Linda, because you guys ensure that this program gets noticed, and that's what's needed is real champions. Our college is so proud of all of your contributions and your hard work to promote student success. We genuinely hope that everyone enjoys today's event. Thank you for coming and for your continued support. So now I am going to turn this virtual mic here over to my friend and event moderator, Mike Kaysen. So thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Kevin. I agree with you 100%. So welcome everybody to the third annual Piranha Pool Pitch Competition. We're going to have 6 presentations Care Nest Vending, Combustion Conservation Services, Clubbable, Connect Us, Lifted LLC, and Conservation Solutions LLC. Apparently this year they really liked C's. So, so I'd like to introduce you to our judges. First, we have Gwendolyn Daly. Gwendolyn is the president and CEO of Dome Hope Organization, which teaches independence and interdependence through 4 foundational pillars of education, technology, trade, and arts. She's also the president of Daily Solutions, which is a staffing agency. So she's good to know for those of you looking for a career. And we're happy to have her here. So thank you very much, Gwendolyn. Next, we have Madeline. Madeline Friedman is an angel investor and advisor who works with entrepreneurs to fund and grow B2C businesses. Does everybody know what a B2C business is? Nobody.
Business to consumer.
There you go. Very good. So she invests in early stage companies directly and through Astia Angels. Astia is a global nonprofit that supports high potential female entrepreneurs through coaching, networking, and investment. So she's good to know if you want money. So anybody want money? Okay, good. Next, we have one of the partners here at the firm that I work at, Antero, Tormi, and Petrin. This is Mr. Petrin. So Mike has 30 years of experience with Fortune 500 consumer products company, starting as a research scientist with a doctorate in chemistry from the University of California, Davis. He's worked, he works here very hard. He's specializing in chemical patents and doing a lot of work with young entrepreneurs looking to get out into the world. So he is an intellectual property attorney and a good friend of mine. Next. Finally, we have Pete Tormi. Pete is the Tormi of Antero, Tormi, and Petrin, and he has 25 years of experience as an engineer and successful entrepreneur. An MBA in marketing from St. Mary's, a BS in electrical engineering from San Francisco State, a JD from John F. Kennedy University, so very well educated. Mr. Tormi is the managing partner here at Antero, Tormi, and he's a patent attorney and has, I think you're over 100 now, right? Something like 200 patents. What number are you at, Pete?
I certainly 200 patent applications, but how many are granted, I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot less than that.
All I know is we have a ton of them hanging on our wall. So, and then he's also the author of Startup Guide to Intellectual Property. And I bet you if you ask him, he'll give you a copy. So shoot him an email. So the next thing that we want to talk about is PRE. Some of you have already commented on in the chat. So PRE is our, how would you explain it, Luann? It's an app that you use to invest in the 6 entrepreneurs that we have coming on.
Yes, yes. So it is a program, and we'll show you in just a moment. You will be given $10,000 of free money. And so we ask that you invest in the teams. So to get started, we have the QR code, or you can do this on your computer or your device, whatever you might have. So if everybody in the audience, we're asking only the audience to participate, not the participant students. This will give you a chance to communicate directly to the teams with what you liked about their presentations, as well as you can invest in them with the pre-money, the pre-bucks. So if you'd all please go and log in to get started. We'll give everybody a moment or two.
So just scan the QR code and it'll take you to a website, which will open the app, which I'm doing on my phone because I want to play it this time. I didn't do it last year and I was bummed.
Okay. But you can't win the prize, Mike.
Well,
yeah, you're disqualified from winning prizes. Since you're the MC. Okay. And then you will be asked for a code in just a moment, and we'll get to that screen shortly, but we want to make sure everybody gets on.
So you got to put a username and password in. And then it says join a new event using the event code.
Yeah, and we'll get to the event code in just a minute. So just want to make sure everybody has a chance to do this.
So it's fun. You get to play with other people's money.
That's the point. That's right.
Really is what investing
So
is all
here's
about.
the code 1061. And all of the teams should show up in the order in which they're presenting. And the great thing is you can move your money around. So if the first team comes up and you decide to give them $5,000, and then you see another team and you say, well, I'm going to take some of that and move it over. At the end, you've got 10,000 to spread out among the 6 teams. And while they're presenting or even afterwards, you can in real time submit information to the team with your feedback, which they always like to hear from the audience. So please do that as we go through the presentation. So the code is 1061. Are we good? Mike, are you on? So we know you,
Yeah,
you got on?
I got on.
Okay, good.
So
So
I
then
can
we'll
play-
move.
I can play with some people's
We'll
money.
move forward. All right. So here's what will happen. This is the money you put in your amount, then you rate the presentation. So we're going to be giving an award today for the top People's Choice Award. So you can rate them 1 through 6. And it also shows you where you can chat and put a message in with the team. So that's what it'll look like on your screen when you get started. All right.
Loanne, would 1 be the top?
1 would be the top. Yes.
Okay, so
One-
so it's a bowling score.
It's-
lowest
yes.
lowest score. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to
lowest
switch
score.
it after we get going. So here are the guidelines for the pitches today. We have 7 minutes to pitch. At 6 minutes, the teams will get 1. At 7 minutes, you'll get time. We're going to be sticklers about it. So please make sure that you're before your time because we're on a very strict schedule. So teams will be asked 2 questions by the judging panels. There we go. And the first presentation is Care Nest Vesting. So, or Care Nest Vending. So Care Nest Vending, their mission is to provide products, to provide hygiene and emergency healthcare products. And to tackle this issue, Care Nest Vending is undertaking the mission of making these products available to any person's need, anywhere, at any time. So Care Nest Vending, go ahead, take it away.
All right, I'll get us started. Well, hello, everybody. Today, we're presenting our business, Care Nest Vending LLC. My name is Vanessa Navoa, and I am the Chief Financial Officer.
My name is Renita, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
My name is Tanisha, and I'm the Chief Product Officer.
Our business is offering an innovative yet simple solution for both men and women. Through the use of vending machines, we are making emergency healthcare and hygiene products available to anyone, anywhere.
Every human being has the right to feel safe, clean, and comfortable when they are outside of their houses, but they often encounter situations where it's not the case. Our market research has confirmed the existence of this problem, and among our target customers, women and homeless people are the most vulnerable to the inaccessibility of emergency healthcare and hygiene products. The director of H3, that stands for Health, Housing, and Homeless Services, has expressed a need for emergency healthcare and hygiene products. And among the women we surveyed, 91% have been in a situation where they urgently needed emergency healthcare and hygiene products but could not find any. To solve this issue, we decided to create Care Nest Vending, which will be structured as a limited liability company located in the East Bay and identified as an automated retailer.
We have split our markets into 3 categories. Our 3 waves are the East Bay, California, and the US. Our initial market will be the East Bay due to our current location and our ability to reach this market with our capabilities and resources. Next, the service available market is California. We will be able to reach this market size through marketing, reinvesting in our company, leading to growth. Our potential market is nationwide to the US as well as globally. There's a huge gap we can fill within this new market we have created. Speaking of markets, as mentioned earlier, we will grow through 3 waves, specifically targeting educational institutions, travel locations, workplaces, and amusement parks. Our prices for our products will be competitively low due to our source of manufacture, giving us the ability to resell for profit. The promotion will be done mainly through social media. We will partner with nonprofits that endeavor to end period poverty and homeless inaccessibility of hygiene products to support our community, gain exposure, and establish our goodwill. To expand on our product, our Careness vending machines will be stocked with various sanitary, hygienic, and health-related products, including the following listed on our slides, such as Band-Aids, tampons, pads, face masks, etc. We will start with the manufacturing of our vending machines, which we will then buy. We will also buy these items to then install and fill our machines, which will then be sold to institutions. We will offer a refilling service of our products.
As we mentioned before, we will be commercializing emergency healthcare and hygiene products through vending machines that will operate 24/7. And our target customers are college and high school students, bar users, hospital staff and patients, airport crew members and passengers, amusement park visitors, and homeless people. Our key competitors are CVS, dollar stores, C-stores, Walmart, and other big box retailers. The market is very favorable because we are returning to in-person activities, and our main strength is our low-priced products. One of our weaknesses is our limited capital, and there is a threat of other people or businesses copying our idea.
Our net margin will be growing 113% our second year, with slow growth the third year of 69%. This is because our company is going to be deploying 6 machines the first year, 13 the second, and 26 the third. Not only that, but we also hope to secure contracts with clinics, governmental entities as a means of expanding our target market, which will allow us to expand our sales channels and reduce the costs associated with collecting the cash from machines. By 2023, we hope to reach economies of scale, which will decrease our operational costs and increase our cash flow by 210% from the previous year in year 3. Additionally, our private label products allow us to price for products anywhere from 35 to 50% cheaper than traditional stores such as Walmart or Target. Here's an example. A pack of 50 tampons, which we sell for $5, compared to the Tampax brand, which is sold for $10 at Walmart, offers 5 tampons less than our product offering. So not only are we cheaper, but our products are accessible when you need them the most. We are going to be making an initial capital investment of $74,473, and we are asking our investors to match us for exchange of 20% equity stake in our company. This investment will go towards increasing the number of machines we operate in California, and thus increasing our market share by expanding into other areas such as the LA County. Does anybody have any questions?
Great, guys. So judges, do you have any questions for our presenters?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Gwendolyn.
Thank you. So I see that you're directing this for the homeless, but have you thought about taking your business also on community college or college campuses as well? Because with on campus, a lot of us, we have to purchase in the stores here, and they're really overly priced. So have you thought about that?
Thank you so much for that question. We are actually putting our machines in colleges, high schools, bar stations, hospitals, airports, amusement parks, and homeless shelters.
I have a question, Mike.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was curious if you had included birth control products as part of the product offering? And if so, how you would deal or maybe leverage Planned Parenthood or some of the other organizations to maybe get support and sponsor that?
Absolutely. So I can actually answer that question. So we have not included birth control yet, right? And in order to do something as include birth control and partner with organizations such as Planned Parenthood, we need to leverage, and we will need to leverage more human capital as well as just capital in general, so that we can have the bandwidth to actually create more partnerships for our business, because currently it's just 3 people, which is already difficult enough. So we are going to need to expand our team in order to be able to create those partnerships in the future.
Thank you, Ernesto.
Pete, you had a question?
Yeah, a couple. I'm uncertain from your presentation who actually owns the machines, whether you're selling the machines to wherever they're installed, or you're actually going to own them and just have some type of lease agreement. And then the I know it's going to sound crazy, but have you considered making an app that will just tell you where the nearest machine is, so that a user could just plug it in and make the purchase online and go to the machine and pick it up?
Yes, I will answer those questions. So in our first years, the machines will be close to our office. So we will be operating them and filling the products. And then as we expand statewide and nationwide, we will be operated as kind of like a franchise, and we'll have people in the state or nationwide that will be filling them and operating them. And for the app, we will be having a website in our first year where people will be able to locate the machines and find the locations. And as our business grows, we will create an app to make it easier for them to locate the machines. So yeah, we're planning on doing that.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Why don't we take a moment to fill out our pre-app and make any comments to our presenters. And while you're doing that, Linda or Janet, would you like to say a few words about being a mentor for CareNest Vending?
Yes, this is Janet Frazier, and I would like to say a few words. And I know we have limited time. I just wanted to let everybody know this was my first time as a mentor, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect. But I watched the team. And I've always been intimately involved in projects, but never as a standing back and looking into it. And I was just so proud of them as they went norming, storming, forming. And as they came together as a team, they had some challenges. One of their team members was out of the country with an emergency with limited access. Another one had to drop out due to other commitments. They pivoted. They forged ahead. They were committed, dedicated, and I couldn't have been more proud. There was one point I thought I had asked them their expectations of myself, and they said my experience and support. And we talked a lot about that. I worked for Chevron for 41 years. I started a nonprofit, so we talked through that. But there were times I was nervous. Are they going to pull it off? They're going to pull it off, and we'd have a meeting, and it was amazing. I was just so proud of them. And I would like to share a few thoughts to the team. You are going to make mistakes in life. I think I pitched an IT project to Chevron 4 times, and it was accepted on the 5th time. So it was just timing. It can be right or wrong whenever you pitch something. But don't give up. Don't feel defeated. You may need to tweak it a little bit, but don't be afraid to also ask for help and guidance. Maybe it's your delivery, maybe you need to change it a little bit. Asking for guidance, people will want to see you succeed and help you succeed. And it's hard to ask for help because then you feel vulnerable, but do ask for help. People love to help. And then just one other thing, communication, that's a broad topic, but really I want to share with you thanking people, recognizing a short email, a note, a thank you, kind of sets yourself apart from others. Since everything is so automated and everybody's so busy, if somebody takes the time to write something out and mail it or shoot an email, that really does make a difference. And then lastly, networking. And one of the statistics in the team's presentation came from Contra Costa County because of my networking with them. So, and one thing my daughter had a quote. She went to DVC, chase that impossible goal, and when you reach it, keep going, don't ever stop. So,
Thank you, Janet. That's a great.
thank you for the honor.
We appreciate you and appreciate you being a part of the program. Thank you. Linda, would you like to briefly say a few words?
Sure, if we have time. So yeah, thank you. And I share the same words as Janet. What I noticed when working with the students was that their leadership, everyone was able to put their ideas on the table. Everyone make sure that each of the team members were heard. And I really appreciate seeing that dynamics within the team.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Linda. So our next presentation is combustion.
Actually, Mike, we're not quite ready. We don't have the judges back yet.
We don't. Oh, well then, so a stockbroker gets a fever of 102 and goes into the hospital and says to the nurse, "What's my temp?" And the nurse says, "Oh, it's 102." He goes, "Good, sell at 103." Investing. Okay, sorry, that was a bad one.
Maybe the audience could be making their using their pre to give the their vote and their amount. And in the meantime, we are going to need to move on. So hopefully the judges can come back in and we can get started. Do we want to ask the? Do you want to introduce combustion?
Sure.
Just ask really quickly, if the judges could let me know via chat when you're back, that would be really helpful.
Otherwise, you get a lot of bad investing jokes. Okay, so
Can I just wave and let you know I'm here?
Combustion Conservation Services, or CCS, will be the first company to provide conversions from gasoline to electric power for any car, truck, motorcycle, and boat to eliminate the high cost and high pollution of internal combustion engines. All right, you're go ahead, CCC.
All right, I'm still waiting on a teammate, so I hope you could get in here before we start.
Do you want to?
Do you want to see if Clubbable is ready to go, and then?
Yeah, would Clubbable be ready to go?
All the judges are here also.
Okay.
We're not. We're actually waiting on a teammate right now.
Okay.
When our
All
time
right.
starts.
Okay.
We'll have to make do with what we got, I suppose.
It's called pivoting. Welcome to business.
Well, he's by. Are you the only one then?
My teammate Eduardo's here.
Okay, great. I know we have Jake's at work, so why don't we ask Aziz is with us today. He is the maybe he can introduce himself and step in for just a moment.
Just wanted to unmute myself. Yeah, my name is Aziz Khatri, and I work in the East Bay. I'm a commercial real estate broker, and I've been working with the DVC Business Advisory Group for some time. It's been, I think, 5-6 years, and this year they have chosen to let me lead. Sorry, excuse me. Let me lead the group. So I'm the chair of the group right this year. And I want to thank all the participants, and especially the judges, for volunteering. And I hope this phone is not disturbing you guys. Thank you for organizing and giving me the opportunity to say hello to you.
Thank you so much for stepping in. And it sounds like you're a very busy person, but that was a good segue because we've got Jake, we've got the third member of the team. So.
Excellent. So CCC, take it away. CCCS, take it away.
All right. So I'm,
Can you guys hear me okay?
yep, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you guys. All right, we good? Are we starting right now?
Yep.
Okay.
So my name is Leonard Chow. I'm CEO of Combustion Conversion Services. I have a background in mechanical engineering and entrepreneurship.
My name is Jake Curry, CS, have a background in mechanics. Electrical.
My name is Eduardo Cortez, head of sales and marketing, and I have a background in computer science and electrical engineering.
As our name suggests, we take conventional combustion engine powered vehicles and convert them to electric vehicles. Just this Wednesday morning, the CEO of Stellantis made a comment that the push to electrify automobiles will increase manufacturing costs by upwards of 50%. And this is a cost that cannot be passed down to the consumer, the average middle-class consumer. The pressure to switch to electric is driven by a variety of factors, one of the major ones being the effects of greenhouse gases and the need to decrease our carbon footprint. Laws are already being put in place to limit or outright ban the use of certain combustion engine vehicles and certain types of fuels as well. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the record high and ever increasing costs of fuel currently. Maintenance costs and frequencies of internal combustion engines can also be high, and they are inefficient in energy conversion. Availability of fossil fuels might become scarce in the future, and the burning of fuel could be strictly controlled by future regulations. We strive to provide a service to keep current internal combustion engine vehicles powered, keep them valuable and operational long after fossil fuels and ICEs are legislated out of use. Classic cars are extremely valuable in terms of money, history, and sentiment. Our services go beyond just classic cars and can apply to fleet vehicles as well. Companies may find themselves with a fleet of vehicles that are too costly to operate or may be illegal to operate in the future. We're not the first company to think of this idea. There's a variety of companies around the world that are converting a variety of vehicles, but we are the first on the West Coast and the first to offer services on all types of makes, models, and vehicles. We view this as a way of preserving history because we're keeping its original functionality while making it compatible with new modern standards. I'm going to hand it off to my partner, Jake, to discuss how we'll accomplish our mission.
Combustion Conversion Services handles conversions including vehicles, boats, and motorcycles. Customers have the option of buying pre-converted classics, or they may have their cherished vehicles converted utilizing our conversion services. We also lend a hand to businesses, small and large, offering comprehensive fleet conversions as well. This will prove to be useful for businesses utilizing medium and heavy duty trucks. Currently, they are being regulated off the road due to tightening emissions laws. CCS will be located in Nevada due to relatively cheap rent and a lower tax rate. We expect to utilize our industrial complex, some of the features being large trucking access for shipping and a designated showroom floor. We expect to hire up to 4 people in the first year, along with the equipment needed to handle the complex task of blending new technology into classic looks. Our initial turnaround time may take up to 3 months, but as the process becomes more streamlined, CCS expects to shorten our overall turnaround time to just around 1 month. Transportation arrangements with partnered companies allow for trouble-free pickup and delivery of clients' vehicles. Eduardo will now discuss the marketing aspects of CCS.
We're at the cutting edge of the electric vehicle revolution. The truth is, we have minimal competition, and we have determined the most advantageous groups to market to initially are high-income classic car collectors and businesses with combustion fleets. These two groups are able to pay the high fees for the unbeatable convenience we offer in converting their vehicles to electric. Our marketing efforts will originate within the West Coast, and initially we want to use the least amount of resources to reach the most people as effectively as possible just to get our name out. and we will use my computer science background to develop digital marketing vehicles that are effective, ongoing, and low cost. That will use big data technologies, machine learning, and analytic methods for optimization. Over time, we will develop a good mix of marketing channels that market to both individuals and businesses. I will hand it off to my partner, Leonard Chow, to discuss the financial aspects of our business.
Thank you, Eduardo. So our contribution margin is projected to increase in proportion to the number of vehicles we convert per year. As our business grows and achieves more capacity, we intend to increase our conversions per year to increase our profits. Initially, our minimum price for conversions will cost around $120,000, and our pre-converted electric vehicles will be starting at $70,000. As our business develops and costs of conversion decreases, the savings will be then passed down to the customer. Currently, our pricing achieves our markup goal of 150%, but still leaves room to achieve markups of up to 300%. I ask the judges to consider our offer for 30% equity in our company in return for an initial investment of $500,000 in our startup. Less than half the funds budgeted will be used to start the business. The remainder of the funds are reserved for safety. After 3 years, our retained earnings is estimated to be around $1 million based on our conservative budget. Our numbers have been checked by business consultants and they are actual and realistic. I conclude this presentation and I ask the judges to ask any questions that they may have. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That was great. So judges, I open it up to you. Does anyone have a question that you'd like to ask?
Hi, this is Madeline.
Excellent.
Did I understand that correctly, that to convert a car is $120,000 to the customer?
Correct.
Have you done any market research or any price testing in the market to see if that's, acceptable or, what the demand would look like at that price?
Our initial target market is classic car owners, and they are generally, in order to have a classic car, you have to have disposable income. And the costs that we are charging for a conversion currently are comparable to what it costs to buy a brand new electric vehicle on the market today. So by converting a classic vehicle, we are increasing its value in the future, because once fossil fuels are legislated out of existence, the value of classic cars will significantly decrease, and this will be an issue for classic car owners.
Can I touch on this too?
Absolutely, please.
So currently in Europe, some of these British cars they're charging 3 times this amount for classic European cars. And on the medium and heavy duty truck side, we're talking about vehicles that are worth $250,000 to $500,000. So $100,000 really wouldn't even cover the purchase price of buying a whole nother vehicle. So while this seems high to your average homeowner for a business, it's really that much money in the grand scheme of things.
I have a question, Mike.
Thank you.
I like the idea of the classic car approach. I had a 65 Corvair and tried to convert it to electric way back unsuccessfully. But I'm thinking people put a lot of money into upgrading vans and RV vehicles, and those have a significantly higher price point and a much higher conversion cost that might be a little bit more equitable with your plan. Have you considered those type of vehicles?
So I've done work on RVs and vehicles like this. They tend to be kind of a headache just with regards to all the other things that are associated with that system, right? Because people are living in this thing as well. They're almost in a category of their own. We haven't really considered that just due to the complex nature of what's all involved with those.
Thank you.
Mike, I have a question. Mike, what I've noticed when people own classic cars is they're quite proud of the originality of their classic vehicle. They like it to look stock. when they do like judging Mustang competitions and things like that. When you talk to people who own classic cars, what percentage are even interested in converting to electric?
The percentage may be low now, but what the issue, the growing issue is that the cost of fossil fuels are increasing. The issues of global warming are becoming stronger. And do you want to chime in on here, Jake?
Yeah, so I own a 55 Ford pickup and a 74 Chevy pickup. The 55 is all original. The 74, though, I would totally convert my own.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Great.
Okay, so I'm gonna let everybody go to, or let the judges go and deliberate and write down their scores. In the meantime, why don't we hear from,
If we could ask the team to take down their slides.
All right, I gotta go back to work.
Yeah, Jake's gonna go back. So thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, guys.
from
Thank you.
Mr. Engelhardt and about his experience as a mentor.
Hi, guys. Hayes Engelhardt here, mentor to Combustion Conservation Services. I got to tell you, this has been a real joy for me working with these guys because this is something that is this business concept it's a real business, and the way these guys have put this thing together, this is reality, and this is really coming down the pike. Every one of us is filling up our cars today at $5 a gallon in gas, and we're talking about how things are going on. Gasoline is going to keep going up in price, and sooner or later, you're not going to be able to buy any more ICEs, internal combustion engines, and the guys are able to look at this, and they built this into this whole program. So we had a really good time going through this. And as I said, I'm ready to invest in this thing myself. It was that exciting. But the guys, you just saw Jake Curry call in from, I don't know where he is, Leonard, but he's out in the field with his hard hat on. This is how important it is to him that he gets in on this thing. He got in for 7 minutes. He's back to work. He's a full-time employee. He's working all the time. He was just doing this to help out. And he's just a great guy. Leonard, as a CEO, he's done a great job. These guys learned. They took it from the beginning and really built this whole thing. My real joy of this as being the business mentor was watching this whole thing gel. And we talked about these different things. And each one of them, Eduardo was throwing in ideas about the technology and what to do. Each one was great. And it all came together. What you see is a beautiful presentation and work from all three of these guys. And I commend them all. I commend them all. There you go. That's me.
Thank you, Hayes.
Thank you.
I don't think Tom is with us
I
today.
don't think Tom. Yeah.
Well, Luann, you've worked with them. What do you think? How'd they do?
Well, actually, these students were part of my class. So maybe that's something that we could also let the audience know, that the teams that are presenting, some of the teams came together on their own. Others were students in Miss Warsham's small business class, and other teams are from my class, entrepreneurship. So this program is very unique because we offer all the students on campus to take part in the Piranha Pool. They come and they attend workshops with guest speakers, such as you, Mike, and others from your law firm, etc. And so they can do it on their own, being self-taught, or they can be part of our class. So Combustion Conservation Services were my students. The group prior, they all were interested in pitching, and they came together on their own. So this is truly a unique opportunity for students, and they do this in about a 12-week time frame. So as we spoke about earlier, how important it is, and the fact that most of our students are juggling not only academics, but they're working. Many of them are parents. They have many obligations outside of their academic path. So we really appreciate them taking the time to be involved in our program and really setting the pace for next year's group, which we're looking forward to.
How are we doing, judges? Are we back yet?
I have not seen or heard from judges yet.
We can ask Clubbable perhaps to put up their screen to get ready.
Pete's back.
We have two judges.
Yeah, I think we should get started.
I think that's a good idea.
Ready to go?
All right, let me introduce you. And so Clubbable is an app that the students and faculty of high schools, community colleges, and four-year universities can utilize to easily join and create clubs, as well as to facilitate, interact, or inter-club events. All right, Clubbable, take it away.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We are Clubbable, and our app fixes a problem that we as students face. But before we get into that, we're a team of equal partners that consists of myself, Hunter, the CEO, Hans, the CMO, Matoki, the COO, and Gordon, who is the CFO. Matoki will now explain the issue that sparked our service idea.
Hi, I'm an international student from Japan, and let me tell you something. Finding the best crowd for me to join is extremely stressful here. Coming to America is an overwhelming experience culturally. I have the goal to transfer to a four-year university, but I also want to make friends and not be left behind. I have tremendous pressure to do well to transfer to a great university, mainly because I'm paying so much money for the ABC. There are so many crafts that I wanted to know about, but because I needed to study to perform well, I did not have the time to spend days on their websites filled with ads and waste time by finding a club that does not even have any Zoom links to join. This conflict had led me to just focus on studying for this semester, while I still desperately want to find friends and assimilate into this foreign culture. And this frustrating situation isn't unique to just international students, but all students studying at high schools, four-year universities, and community colleges. Only one club per day on campus and inconvenient and outdated school websites just listing clubs' name prevent many students from being involved in clubs, which is counterintuitive because the purpose of school is to provide an environment that fosters learning and development. Students need to be provided the best tools for a successful academic career, including excellent grades, fantastic achievements, and involvements that are all measure-related outside the classroom. Our app seeks to solve this issue for students to reach their full academic potential and mitigate mental health issues. Next, Hunter will describe more about Clubbable in detail.
Thank you, Matoki. Now, this is where Clubbable comes in. Before we explain our solution, I want to give my personal story just like Matoki. Firstly, college acceptance rates have been lowering as the number of applications rise each year. I know community college is my last shot of getting into my dream 4-year at Berkeley, and I'm not going to squander this last chance. Being active outside the classroom demonstrates interest and passion if the outside activities are major related to universities. However, participating in clubs is not as easy as it seems, as Matoki just explained, with having only one club fair and confusing websites to go through. Couple this with the workload of an 18-unit schedule, a job, and at-home chores, I have become anxious, worried, and stressed. I am worried about my mental health and if I will be able to do everything I need to do to have an application that impresses that Berkeley admissions officer. With Clubbable, users can navigate our intuitive platform where all clubs' information and communication come together. After the students register on the app by downloading and then entering their school email, students can explore all the clubs in the school efficiently. Also, students can subscribe to a calendar of any club they want so they can be notified of every meeting. Our app includes a direct messaging system as well, so club members and leadership can communicate with each other and other clubs to plan, work, and collaborate on events. In addition, there is a page for taking notes so users can write down what occurred during a meeting for future reference or their work they need to accomplish. Each school's data is only between Clubbable and them, and their data will be stored and protected through a private vendor. Clubbable is a one-stop shop for joining, creating, and participating in clubs. We provide our product as a monthly subscription of either $500 a month or annually with a cost of $4,500. This app will be provided for free to students, and schools will pay for the subscription. This pricing allows for a healthy margin above the yearly maintenance cost for the app, while coming in at a low enough price that is attractive to customers. Schools already pay hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars on their learning management systems a year. Now Hans will describe our go-to-market plan and marketing strategy.
Thank you, Hunter. Our go-to-market plan is very straightforward. Our team of 4 will reach and call 20 schools each, send emails to each school contacted, as well as setting up meetings with each contacted school in order to close at least 1 deal per month. We will start off in California, which has 116 community colleges, over 300 private 4-years, and close to 4,000 high schools. As for our marketing strategy, we will be utilizing social media platforms, various advertisements, and our own website so that we have our name out there for students and schools to see and interact with. We will also be utilizing the growth of our business and our competition to help market our app. After the first 3 years, we plan for our business to start snowballing and picking up steam. Now Gordon will speak about financials along with our competition.
Thank you, Hans. Our competition are companies that focus on pushing forward students' academic careers. Our biggest competitors is Campus Group, which is an app that connects students and clubs through club-hosted events. Clubbable gives schools the option to have a simple subscription rather than paying for pricey individual events. A less similar app called Meetup is overly expensive like Campus Group's because of its numerous fees for simple actions like RSVPing. Clubbable is a very straightforward app that isn't clouded with a bunch of other features, which is a problem among apps like Facebook and Instagram. Also, Clubbable is ad-free, thus enhancing the user experience and ensuring data privacy for users. There is an intrinsic value to Clubbable, which can help with retention and graduation rates. Studies have shown that fewer than 40% of community college students earn a certificate or degree. Clubbable provides value to college retention rates and student outcomes by helping students navigate the college environment. Our plan is to recruit 10 schools in our first year, 15 more in our second year, and 20 more in our third year. Closing 1 school per month is realistic. We expect app development to cost anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000 by a reputable US-based company with a build time of 1 to 3 months. We expect to make just over $124,000 in our third year of operations following these projections. We're asking for $60,000 for 19% equity in our company. This will pay for app development, maintenance, and marketing fees. Not only is this idea low cost and fast to implement, but we already know that there are millions of students out there facing the exact same challenge that we are. This may be a simple app, but to students like us, it's so much more. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That was great. Very engaging. So let's have the judges go ahead and deliberate while.
Well, they need to ask a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Do we have any questions?
I do, Mike. Sorry, I was muted. You're asking the universities to pay or the schools to pay. So I have 2 questions. The first one, have you ever tried selling to a school? I mean, it's easier said than done. They're usually on a very tight or fairly restricted budget. And the second question, I'll just put it out there because I have the microphone, is there an intercollegiate way to connect maybe clubs from across multiple campuses? So if you have like an engineering society at DVC, can you connect with the engineering society at Berkeley?
Right.
So those 2 questions.
Yeah. So with your first question about, sorry, could you repeat that? Sorry.
Whether you have tried selling or do you have an experience trying to sell to a university?
Yes, of course. So we actually have contacted multiple schools, and with our projections, like Gordon or Hans mentioned, it is very realistic because we only want to get 1 school per month, and we're each gonna be calling at least 20 schools, 4 of us. So we're really just getting 1 school out of 80 that we contact. So we're not really hoping to get 60% of everyone we call to be a customer. So we're very realistic in what we can do because we understand that it will be very difficult. So we have put that in as a safety where we're not expecting to get every other customer to sign up immediately. As well, we have contacted schools already, a bunch of high schools, and we have heard back from them saying that they were interested in our app and wanted to set up meetings. So we have actually tried it and gotten responses. Obviously, it wasn't a very high percentage, but that is not what we're looking for because we are very realistic in starting out with our approach. And then on to the second part of your question, which is about working with clubs from other schools. The thing about that is with our app, we really want to keep it to our high school, especially because we want to protect the data of the school and what they have on there. We don't really want to be sharing that with other clubs, and especially with high school clubs, you really don't see that kind of like communication with other clubs. It's really just kept local, and especially with college clubs, usually they're big enough for themselves and they have a specific goal in mind that they don't really need to link with other clubs. So we really just want to focus on providing the best experience for working in your own club. And from what we've experienced participating in clubs ourselves and talking to people who have clubs, there really wasn't a need for trying to interact with other clubs from different schools. They just are more focused on the students they have and doing what they want to do, and they're not really looking for collaborating with other clubs at different schools.
Okay, thank you.
We have time for one more question.
Yes, this isn't essentially, it's an app. The app is the heart of your business, and it's a marketplace app, one would say, because you're bringing like customers and providers together. Yet when it came to the description of your production of this, I heard like, it sounds like none of you is a programmer or has developed an app, and you're going to go to a third party for that. Have you explored that and have a good sense of the cost of developing and maintaining? And, you know, most of these apps, the big part is continuing to enhance it. So just curious about your plans for all that.
Right. Yes, we have. It would cost $55,000. That's $55,000 to build the app with a build time of 1 to 3 months from a reputable US-based company. So we have definitely looked into that. There are a multitude of really good companies that have great track records of producing fantastic apps on time and on budget. And also the maintenance cost would be roughly $12,000 a year for the app, with providing customers support and all that is entailed with maintaining the app. So yeah, we have factored in those costs, and that's why we are asking $60,000 so we're able to cover the build time for the app, as well as have some money to cover the maintenance costs that are yearly.
Thank you.
Thank
So why don't the judges go ahead and write their deliberations, and then in the meantime, Farmer John, do you have a few words you'd like to say? Is he not here?
I haven't seen him.
All right.
He was going to try to be here today. Is Chris here? Chris Dinko?
He was earlier. I don't see him now. Oh, he's here. He's here. Chris Dinko?
Oh, the joy of technology.
Chris is having a little issue. He's up in Tahoe, so.
Oh, I see.
That's why he called me just while I was logging in.
Okay. Would
So-
you like to say a few words about entrepreneurship?
Ron, would you like to speak a little bit about your experience being a financial mentor?
On mine.
Oh, there it is. There's Ron. There's Chris again.
Okay, go back to Chris. Go ahead.
Okay, best laid plans. Why don't we talk about upcoming marketing classes for the spring semester, Ms. Worsham?
Sure. So there are a lot of options for marketing courses if you're interested in marketing. And of course, everyone who starts a business has a marketing element. So something to think about if you're going to be at DVC in the spring semester. I happen to teach some marketing courses, but a lot of other great professors teach marketing courses as well. So they're kind of in two buckets, kind of more traditional marketing one would say, and then kind of digital marketing, which is a new program for DCC, and we're really excited about it. So from the standpoint of more traditional marketing, we have a basic kind of introductory marketing course, BUSMK 256. We have an online version taught by Professor Buckley, and then I teach a face-to-face version, and I would love to see students on campus. I'm really excited about that for spring. Professor Buckley is also teaching a new course, Introduction to Tech Sales. So if you're interested in going into the tech field and want to learn about how to effectively sell your products and services in that area, that's a great new course to take. That's 100% online. Then in digital marketing, we have a brand new digital marketing certificate, and we have a lot of digital marketing courses to choose from. Within that, those include courses such as email marketing, digital marketing fundamentals, social media marketing, search engine optimization marketing, and content marketing. So look for those for the spring semester as well. All of those are 100% online. If you have any questions about the marketing program, feel free to reach out to me at my email address, mworsham, WORSHAM, @dvc.edu, and I can send you more information. If the courses are closed, certainly reach out to the professors, because we want to encourage everyone who's interested in taking a marketing course to be able to take that course. So don't let that deter you.
And Ms. Worsham is also teaching small business management in the spring. So if you're interested in learning more about starting a business, if you weren't a student in our class last semester, please go ahead and sign up. And Ryan Buckley will be a speaker coming up in our program a little bit later. So you'll have a chance to get to meet him. So moving forward.
I have not seen anything from the judges yet, but I think we can probably get started.
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, great. Thank you.
It's here.
I'm here.
Oh, thank you.
So the next presentation, we're halfway through. We have 3 more left, is Connect Us. Connect Us is an application-based service which allows students to engage in social events which can benefit them professionally and personally. Through our various features, students get access to clubs, volunteering opportunities, and various organizations to help enhance their networking skills for their professional careers.
All right, thank you so much for that introduction. So can we share our screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay. Can everyone see that?
Nope.
Oh.
It's coming up, I think.
Okay, perfect. All right, can we just start? All right, okay, perfect.
Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
All right, welcome everyone. We are Connect Us, the correct way to connect. And let us tell you why. Have you ever wanted an app that expanded both your networking outreach professionally and socially? Connect Us is an app that offers college students an opportunity to build a stronger community and have access to an array of academic and social resources. So meet our team. My name is Ria and I'm the CEO.
My name is Liam and I'm the CFO.
My name is Afreen and I'm the CMO.
And my name is Ethan and I'm the Chief App Developer.
And we are Connect Us.
Connect Us, the correct way to connect. Connect Us is an app that provides college students opportunities to attend professional and personal social events around them to develop their social connectivity and networking skills. So why are we doing what we do? Well, a question among college students today is how can I get more involved with my peers and programs at my college, whether I'm an introvert, whether I'm not aware, or specifically after the pandemic. Well, research shows that 56% of young adults, college students, report symptoms of anxiety and depression, and this has increased from isolation and loneliness that resulted from the pandemic. So we see there's a correlation between mental health and the loneliness from the pandemic, and this is where our app comes in as a solution.
So our mission statement, Connect Us seeks to reintroduce social involvement amongst college students and mitigate mental health issues. We strive to foster skills in networking and create opportunities to form meaningful connections. Some of our goals include creating an app through which students can be reintroduced to social interactions in a post-COVID world. Furthermore, we also want to positively impact our students' mental health, and we want them to create networks which they can use later in their life. We're going to be located in the Silicon Valley, and we fall under the social media and event planning industry. And we are a limited liability company, also known as an LLC. So currently in the United States alone, which is our current market, is 18 million or even more college students. That's already a lot to work with. But if we wanted to expand globally, we have 220 million students enrolled in college globally, which is our prospective market. Now, combining the United States social networking industry and event planning industry, we have a total of $65 billion. So that's a huge market for us to be working with.
Our overall design is simple and user-friendly. While staying true to our values, we want to create a safe and intuitive platform that is built around students. In order to first sign up for our services, you'll be required to sign in with your school email, as well as provide proof of vaccination for the safety of our users. Our app will be divided into two sections, professional and personal. The professional side is where you will find all of your academic and career-focused events in a nicely organized layout. On the professional side, posting events will be exclusive to faculty and club advisors only. The other side is the personal side. This is a great way to set up personalized networking events. Here you will see upcoming events from anyone in the community. We will have a public and private feature in order to post to certain people or to everyone. And here we have a quick overview of what the events will look like. We've added an easy one-step RSVP process, as well as a direct messaging feature to easily get in touch with the event leaders.
So our competitor analysis. Some of our key competitors include Meetup, Facebook, and Eventbrite. And how are we different from them? We focus on a college demographic, and we also focus on a mix of online and offline networking, where Facebook is predominantly online. And we are primed to have a fresh start in a post-COVID world. Some of our strengths include an untapped potential and demographic, and our users have more control over who they're networking with. And due to COVID, with our vaccination feature, students have the access to attend events that are fully vaccinated or half vaccinated or whatever the case may be, so they can ensure full safety. Some of our weaknesses would be a lack of recognition, and more established businesses have a head start in a more loyal customer base. Now, we do expect to collaborate with Canvas when we are a little bit bigger. Canvas is a college management app I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and Canvas can increase our users because they have so many, so we can gain a lot from them. And we can increase Canvas's engagement because they don't really have a social factor, so both of our apps can really complement each other.
Since our audience is college students and they're very active on social media, we will be advertising on platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll be sharing who we are and what we do, as well as individual user experiences so that potential customers can see how lives have changed after using our app. We'll be posting flyers and posters with QR codes that students can quickly access and scan, and we'll be also reaching out to school clubs and school newsletters such as DVC Inquirer.
With this market strategy, we expect a lot of growth in our near future. We want to start off with 500 students at DVC to test out all our features and iron out any kinks. By the end of year one, we expect 50,000 students overall at 50 campuses. Year two, 150,000 at 60. In year three, 250,000 overall, 75 campuses for an average of 3,400 students at campus. Now, a lot of people wonder how a company like ours, with no charging for its users, makes money. That's going to be through the ad clicks. We charge advertisers 25 cents per each ad clicked. And this is a lot lower than companies like Facebook and Twitter. We estimate 12 ad clicks per year per student, so about $3 a year per student or user. Our revenue expects to see large growth because of this, because of our user base growth. We want to see a 6 times growth estimate from year 3 to year 1 with a positive percentage gross margin, which stockholders love to see. Additionally, we expect to not just break even, but make a tidy profit by year 3, around 19.4%. And as far as this break even goes, that's going to be about 1.664 million clicks. We can go to the next slide now. But we expect by year 3 to have 3 million clicks with a potential for 4.5 million for an estimate, but a little bit over the top. And as far as our potential growth goes, it's not just our user base. As I said, we're charging really low for our ad clicks. Facebook's average is 1.72. And if we did that year 3 or year 1, we'd be making a profit of $1.25 million from the start. So we have 2 lanes of both growing our user base as well as growing our ad click value through recognition.
With all this in mind, we are asking for $50,000 in exchange for 10% equity of our company. With our finances in mind, we do see a projected growth in the next 3 years, and we will be using this money primarily in marketing to expand our business in our first few years. Thank you for listening, and remember, we are the correct way to connect. Connect us. Thank you.
Thank you, Connect Us. That was great. Do we have any questions?
I do, Mike.
Certainly. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, can one of you address where you got that? You asked for a $50,000 raise. Where did you get that number and what do you intend to do with it?
Okay, so we got this number. We were asking from our financial mentor. So we basically took our year 3. Let me go back. We can go back actually for a couple slides for this to make it easier. Can we go back to the balance sheet slide? So we took our year 3 revenue, divided that by 4. Then we took our net profit from year 3, multiplied that by 4, added them together and divided by 2 to get the average. So our estimated company value year 3, and then now we can go ahead to the ask again, just to clarify that, which is how we basically got $500,000, and from that 50,000 for 10% equity. And as Ria was stating, we're going to primarily use that money to reach out to marketers, because for a company like ours, the most important thing is getting our name out there. Since we're primarily going to go through both word of mouth and promotion, we need to make sure college students know about us. So this money will almost entirely go towards our marketing and advertising department.
I have a question. Sorry, judges. My question is, why are you an LLC if you're looking for a raise? Right? Wouldn't an incorporation do better for you?
So we decided to be an LLC because we wanted like as many people as possible to be able to invest in us, and we wanted it to have an open market. And we believe that with LLC, there are added security features which are not in place for a lot of other different types of corporations, which is why we chose to go with them.
Thank you. Any other judges? All right, with no more judge questions, why don't the judges go ahead and deliberate? In the meantime, let's have Mr. Lee. Do you want to say a few words?
Yes, thank you. So I had a great opportunity to mentor Ria, Liam, Ethan, and Ephraim for this project. They're not in the class with Professor Worsham or with Professor Winkler. They are part of PBL, so this was not even a class project for them. And even more spectacular is that they started 2 weeks after the other team started. And they actually had another original idea that revolved around an interior decorating app. So the team did a quick assessment and then they pivoted to Connect Us, which you guys saw today. So a little known background for you guys to know. What really impressed me was that they continue to plow ahead and you can see the results of their hard work. And so I liked how they were able to fail. They failed really fast, and then they discovered themselves and came up with a new project. So if I was in college still, this would be the type of team that I would like to join. I know that I wasn't the smartest and I wasn't, the quickest at doing a lot of what they were able to do, but I was good at figuring out who the smartest people are, and this is definitely that group. And so now I'm in my mid-40s. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. And I've tried a lot of different things. My advice to young people is that continue to learn, continue to grow, be curious. As some of the other business mentors said, try to see who is available to help and to continue to network and be curious. So learn to see who your friends are, who your advisors, mentors, and sponsors are. And don't be afraid to take some risk. And even though that sometimes you might fail. So I wanted to give some time to Marcia to see if she had any feedback for the team as well.
Go ahead, Marcia.
I'm not sure we have Marcia on
here today.
Okay.
Maybe Herbert could talk about serving on the business advisory board, because you're one of the longest members of that board.
Sure. So I've been on the business advisory board for a couple of years now. I think since maybe 2018. And I feel my role there as a community member to provide feedback, to the professors and to the DVC team about what is on trend and how I am able to help with what I look for in terms of certifications and for degrees, what skill sets are needed to thrive and to continue to grow. And it's through the business advisory group committee where I'm able to see what is upcoming. I know that we've been doing things about food trucks. We've been doing a lot of cannabis type certification. A lot of those things are very on trend, and my ability to provide feedback and to kind of have a preview of what's coming up is very helpful for the business community, as well as providing feedback for the DVC community. So I feel like that's a really good connection to have.
May I hear?
Thank you, Herbert, for your years with us. And now we'll move on to our next group.
Excellent. So the next group is Lifted LLC. Lifted is a new and innovative cannabis delivery service provided through a monthly subscription service.
All right. Hello. Good morning, everybody. My name is Eric Toledo, and I'm the CEO of Lifted LLC. Our startup is blessed to have great minds on board, such as our CMO, Kyle, CIO, Brittany, CFO, Brooke, and last but not least, our CSO, Garima. Why Lifted? The typical cannabis consumer goes to the dispensary, waits in line, gets their goods, pays for their product, and then goes home. In today's day and age, your typical Bay Area young professional or high-class business person, like Marco shown on screen, does not have enough time for this long and tedious process. This is where Lifted comes in. Our monthly subscription box eliminates the need to physically leave your house. With our easy-to-use user interface on our app and website, getting top-tier cannabis products delivered to your doorstep has never been easier. Lifted not only eliminates the physical need to go to the dispensary, but we give users a simplified, high-class experience wherever they decide to open their Lifted box. This is actually a mock-up of our final product that I have with me here today. And blur should be off now. And then this is a little bit of what our box should look like. We should have our products and then the pamphlet right here involving all the information. And with that being said, I will now hand the presentation off to our Chief Science Officer, Garima.
Thank you for the introduction. As Eric mentioned, Lifted is a cannabis subscription box. We aim to provide a variety of top quality cannabis goods, such as flowers, edibles, or accessories. The options will be tailored to the customer's preferences, and the box will be delivered where and when the customer is available. We also provide multiple subscription options. We aim to help valued members, like Marcos, be able to discover new products, keep the process as simple as possible, and create an informative, judgment-free experience. Our products will be sourced from local wholesale distributors. By working with the cannabis community, we hope to create a stronger connection while also getting the best deal on high-quality products possible for our customers. Our educational service, we will have a website and an app available so that the customer can learn more information about their products. The link to our website is also available on our pre-app, so I encourage everyone to take a look at it. Each item will have its history, terpene content, and lineage available for starters. Through these features, we hope to elevate the at-home cannabis experience. I will now give the floor to Kyle, who will discuss how we plan to market our subscription.
Thank you, Garima. Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle Mays, and I'm the CMO for Lifted LLC. With the high-quality packaging and product we provide, our marketing strategies will be focusing on the word of mouth and social media. With our in-depth educational services, we'll be able to boost our search engine optimization while remaining fully compliant. Let me remind you about talking about the past, because there's once a time when cannabis would put you in jail for just a gram in California. Cops would smell it on your breath and automatically call you a criminal. Having a popular product that was once illegal and now decriminalized presents a gray area within regulations, a weakness in our industry. Some of the other weaknesses that we face include taxes, banking, and the black market. Lifted plans to combat these weaknesses by placing ourselves as a challenging brand, competing in a space that the Black market does not occupy. By being early in market in a rapidly growing industry prepares us to be successful when cannabis does become federally legal. And now I would like to pass it over to our CFO, Brooke.
Thank you, Kyle. Hello, my name is Brooke Barnes. I'm the CFO. Let's run through our finances. As you can see, we are going to be a lean operation in the beginning. We are a subscription service first and foremost. So without the burden of a brick and mortar to worry about, our initial operating costs will be $80,000 with self-funding of $60,000. In turn, we need around $20,000 total funding to get us up and running. But that is just to get our business off the ground, and we want sustainability. We expect to start off in our first month with a base of 25 subscriptions from our own personal networks and stemming from our continued marketing tactics of word of mouth, exceptional customer service, and of course, our premium products. We will break even within 18 months when we reach our milestone of 197 subscribers. Our current financial model is modest, but with a steady increase of 10 subscriptions each month through our first 3 years, it will bring us to a total revenue of $1,125,000 at the end of our third year, which is very exciting. Thank you. I will pass this back to Eric, our CEO.
All right, with that being said, I would like to thank the judges for their time, and I hope you are excited as we are to revolutionize the legal cannabis industry. We are asking for a $200,000 investment in exchange for 10% of company equity, along with a $200,000 line of credit at an 8% interest rate. I would now like to open the floor for any questions the judges might have. Thank you.
I had a question regarding competing with local dispensaries that already have a delivery service. And they have fairly easy online ordering systems for same day or next day delivery. Would you integrate with them or try to compete with them?
So we would be trying to compete with them. So what we have as an advantage over regular dispensaries is that they sell any type of product that is basically available to them. But we will only be focusing on the highest quality products that are actually in the market. And back to the regular dispensaries. So people go there, they buy a few products, but with our box, you would be receiving like a good amount of products, not just your daily dose, but maybe to last you like a whole month, depending on how much of a cannabis user you actually are.
Thank you, Eric.
No problem.
A question, Mike.
Go ahead.
First of all, I love the name, by the way, and the logo. The shipping the product, you're going to have to deliver this yourself, right? I mean, you can't use the post office, and I'm not sure you can use any other commercial shippers because of federal laws. So is in your financial projection the cost of your own having your own delivery mechanism?
At the moment, we will be trying to work with we have 5 of us at the moment right now. So we will be delivering on our own to start off. And then when we gradually move up, we will be working to find a way to make maybe a truck that delivers on a constant basis.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from the judges? Seeing none, go ahead and take a few minutes to deliberate.
Great. And if Lifted would like to take their screen off, and then we'll. Okay, here we go.
Do we want to hear a few words from the mentor, Matthew?
Hi, everyone. My name is Matthew Schmuck. It's an honor to help these guys through this process. I love this. Decades ago, when I was 25 and I started my first company, there were no resources around like this. I had to go to a library and get all of my information on how to form a corporation, how to do the finances, et cetera. Challenging. I love the way we do this. This is huge. I wanted to leave just a tidbit of advice for all the students that are online right now. when I was starting my first business, I can't tell you how many times people came to me and told me, well, that's a bad idea. It's too difficult. You don't have that skill set yet. There was really a lot of people that looked at nothing but the negatives, and that drove me. I'd like to tell you that I was really smart and I used that information to drive me. No, I just kept wanting to prove everybody wrong. And then after years of doing the consulting practice I had, growing that business to over 100 employees, now I look back and say, yeah, I wish I was smarter, knew what I was doing, but no, I just did it. So that's the big advice I give everybody wanting to start a company. Once people hear that I've had a business, they come to me and they go, I have this great idea. So few people actually follow through. If you have an idea, just get started. Just do it. Okay? It's okay to take a little risk. And that's my time. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you want to take less of a risk, you could always call me, and I would be happy to help you as your.
Oh, is that a shameless plug right there?
Shameless plug right there. Or you could also take my business law class.
Two plugs
in one. Hey, I got to fill time here. We're waiting for judges. So
while we do that, I think that Kayla Terry is here. I don't know if she could come on and do her speak to us at this moment. Kayla, would you be able to do that?
Yeah. Just give me 1 second.
Hey, while Kayla's getting set up, I wanted to personally thank Professor Tran. I had gotten sidelined and she had stepped in and helped my team through the finance part. So thanks, Ms. Linda. I really appreciate it.
It's an absolute pleasure, Matt.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Tran.
You're so.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, I can go. Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Kayla Terry, and I'm Phi Beta Lambda, PBL's business club, and I'm the president. So I'm here to talk to you about what is PBL and just overall the community that surrounds it. PBL is like a big family that pushes you to constantly improve and challenge yourself to become the leader you want to see in this world. And our goal is just to overall serve students by bringing business and education together in a positive working relationship through an innovative leadership development program. And we do this by having a 12-week plan to just have interactive weekly meetings that include hard and soft skills that every individual, no matter your major, can really help you in the real world. For example, we have meetings such as public speaking, where we collaborate with Toastmasters, so we can just overall hone the skills of being a great public speaker and just be able to express yourself properly. We have networking opportunities because during COVID, it's really hard. So online, we have these good networking opportunities, and then entrepreneurship skills. And just overall, we just have a range of topics for 12 weeks. And we also host workshops and alumni panels to just further enrich our members on knowledge and just really step into the real world and have those different opportunities, such as next year, we are working with UCI to really market a nonprofit they're working with. And so PBL members has a really good opportunity to really apply the skills that we've taught them and what they've been learning in school to this great opportunity that we've collaborated with. And also PBL is a national organization, which allows us to compete in conferences with other PBL chapters. And this is just another opportunity where you really take the skills that you learn from our meetings and hone them in these competitions, and you just overall get to feel like there's a good community and working towards a goal. And so that's definitely a great feeling going into those competitions. And hopefully if they're online, it'll be another experience. And our overall vision is to have developed all DVC students to become great business leaders that will create positive change in our world. And we're just overall constantly growing, and just a community that accepts anyone and is learning and just accepts anyone and just constantly wants to learn and help each other to achieve their goals and achieve their goals in a positive working relationship, and just honestly have good feedback for everyone so everyone can learn. And I just want to say PBL is not just a business club for business majors. We just host every single major. My VPs film major. I have a VP that's a psych major, and they just overall just learn so much from PBL, and it just shows our impact that anyone can learn no matter your major. And as president, I would love to see and interact with all PBL members and just new ones. And I just want to learn from you guys and just overall build this community. And if you're interested in learning about the business world and just further learning about how to improve your professional skills and just joining this fun community, I will leave the Slack channel below and you guys can join and I will put the link. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. Obviously PBL is working because you were very eloquent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's move on to our, go ahead.
Kayla was one of our presenters last year, so thank you so much.
Thank you. So next up, we have Conservation Solutions LLC. Conservation Solutions recognizes the urgent demand for more sustainable farming practices, water conservation, soil preservation, and agricultural yield. They aim to provide a system that by promising farming technology that is concise, sustainable, practical, and essential. Let's hear a little bit more about Conservation Solutions.
Hello, I'm just going to share my screen. Hello, I am Ethan Nava, co-CEO and CMO.
I'm Bill Jensen. I'm the CEO and CFO.
And we are Conservation Solutions LLC. Here at Conservation Solutions, we recognize that the earth that we live on is used, abused, mismanaged, and ever closer to collapse. One of the biggest contributors to this impending doom is the misuse of our vital resources, whether this be manifested in the 3 gallons of water needed for 1 almond or the 10 gallons of water needed for 1 grapevine. It's estimated that the global water supply will fall short 40% by 2030. Meanwhile, the world population will increase to 9.7 billion by 2050. Even more terrifying is the global 50 trillion gallons of water wasted every year in agriculture. Sustainable farming practices and precision agriculture tech, now more than ever, is necessary and crucial for the Earth's healing process. At Conservation Solutions, we have created a product that can be the answer. Conservation Solutions has created an all-in-one, all-encompassing solution to agriculture resource mismanagement that is the answer to chemical waste runoff, water mismanagement, overexposure, crop death, and so much more. Today, I present to you the Conservese system.
Yes, so the product here has many capabilities, but it's unique compared to other competitors by using different technologies. At the top of the unit is a scanner which scans the crops using infrared technology to detect chlorophyll levels. At the subsurface level, the probes use an ultrasonic signal sensing technology to detect different soil conditions such as soil temperature, soil alkaline levels, soil moisture, and contamination in the soil and groundwater. And back to Ethan to discuss user interfaces.
Our product, unlike many complex attempts at modernizing farm tech, is designed to be user-friendly, intuitive, modern, and precise. Just imagine if every farm had our product, that would reduce water mismanagement by 20%. That's 10 trillion gallons of water that you can help to conserve and repurpose. Now more than ever is the time to invest and create precision agriculture tech. There are both state and federal attempts, such as the Build Back Better plan and the California SWEEP program, designed to assist companies aimed at improving agriculture and combating climate change. What does this mean? This means an extremely high and extremely promising likelihood for grants, government subsidies, government endorsements and referrals, and contracts. Our strengths position us optimally to be the lead affordable and most exceptionally effective product in the precision agriculture tech market. The all-encompassing nature of our product, the intentions of our company, and the globally conscious efforts for environmental sustainability give us a competitive advantage that no one else can claim. Down to the nitty-gritty. At an extremely affordable price of $1499.99, we will be offering our Model C100 at this price for the first 2 years and $2499.99 beginning the 3rd year. It's worth noting that our cost of production will decrease each year as well. Our target market will initially be the caretakers of the earth, aka farmers. Initially, we will be located in Salinas, California, which is the heartland of California's farmland. It's also fitting that we're going to be in California, as California is the biggest producer of America's produce and consequentially the most agriculturally irresponsible. Though initially we plan to sell our products solely to farmlands, a later initiative is to expand into the home with smaller but just as intelligent and intuitive products meant for the home gardener, which is a very promising and trending market, as I'm sure everyone here knows someone who is not competent enough for pets or kids and has some kind of cactus instead.
Looking at our competitor
My
analysis.
partner Bill to expand and explain our quote unquote competitors and their inferior product lines.
We found two competitors, one First Scout, the other Onset. First Scout comes out $34.99, fewer capabilities, substantially more expensive. Onset, more complex programming system, and it too has fewer capabilities. Back to Ethan to discuss marketing strategy.
Our marketing strategy is simple and will initially mostly consist of door-to-door sales, social media marketing, and YouTube tutorials to demonstrate the efficacy, simplicity, and greatness of our product. Here you can see our promising sales forecast with a total projected revenue of nearly $1.5 million within the first 3 years. Along the financial vein of things, you can observe our promising net profit percentage increase. Our hard-earned deals with our suppliers mean less cost of production as time progresses, meaning less money being spent and more money being made. So what can you do to aid in the imperatives of reduced global hunger, vital resource mismanagement, and crop prosperity? Well, today we're seeking your investment of $150,000 for 20% in our company and our novel technology. There are a few companies who can claim to be able to make a great difference in this world, and we are proudly one of those companies. Please come and make that difference with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Great job, guys. So that's Conservation Solutions. Do we have any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I have a couple kind of related, so maybe it won't take too long. One is, do you have your MVP, your minimum viable product, developed now? You have the prototype? And along with that is a question that you talked about, if I got it right, increasing your price the third year. Normally companies can kind of go the other direction because their manufacturing costs do go down, or they have scale or some other reason. So if you could talk a little bit about kind of manufacturing, what you have and why the pricing change.
Okay, that's a great question. I will answer your second question first. We plan, as a way to ease ourselves into the market, to offer our product at a more competitive price point. Then we plan to raise that price once we get more traction in the market. And then we plan to eventually maybe mediate that price, maybe meet it somewhere in between. But for right now, our goal is entry into the market as well as profit after the third year for maybe about 4 or 5 more years. As for your first question, we do have a mock-up prototype, and I will let Bill take it away with our prototype made out of wood.
So this is our main. This is our main one. This goes up to about 8 feet high. This is a scanner. This is a Wi-Fi user interface, cloud-based Bluetooth. This is a pneumatic plunger. You pull this down, and then this will drop down a foot into the ground, and then these will flip out. This is a probe. This whole thing is a probe. And these two little side things, they will flip out horizontally. And all this uses ultrasonic signal technology to detect contamination, swollen groundwater, to pick up bad contaminants, mercury, arsenic, and other soil conditions. And this is all fold up. This will fold up. And then eventually we'll be working for a handheld device.
So-and-so is not able to receive current available COVID-19 vaccination.
I'm sorry, Bill. Could we ask our audience to please turn off their microphones? Thank you. Sorry, Bill.
No problem.
Do you want to show them the smaller version too?
So this would be in the future, but this would be like when we get more. It's in 150,000 research and development. this will go into that eventually. So it's pretty much in your backyard, a lot smaller than this, but same principle. You got a plunger. It plunges into the ground like this, a foot in, and then it will be, you can put it in your backyard if you have a smaller yard. So it's not like an acre or something like that. I mean, obviously, but it's a smaller lineage of land. So it's more for the residential person or a small farmer. Maybe Farmer John might be able to use it. So
I'm going to go ahead and release the judges to deliberate and do their final calculations.
Can I get a question in, Mike, real quick?
Sure. Go ahead.
I know we're running time. Do you have any idea what your gross margin will be, and how many on a typical farm in Salinas? How many of these units will they need?
yeah, I think typically for it varies for the farmer, for their situation and the terrain when you use these. So typically we recommend for like an acre, probably at the minimum four because of for the scanning capability, for using the triangulation to get an imagery of the chlorophyll levels in the crops. But that's a minimum. I mean, that's an acre. Acre is a lot of land, but it pretty much depends on what the farmer's situation is on the terrain level to pick up moisture and everything. So you could always move these around.
Gross profit margin, any idea?
Yes, our gross profit margin for the first year, I'm sorry, I don't have the total for all 3 years, but the
I
gross
just want a per unit, How much you cost? $1,500. How much will be cost?
for the first, our profit margin per unit for the first year with our price points will be 60%, and then 76%, and then 87% as our cost of production decreases each year. And the third year, it will skyrocket because our price will increase substantially.
Okay. Very
What's
good.
the wholesale unit cost?
Wholesale unit, we have not yet deliberated on wholesale. Strictly retail as of right now.
No, but I mean, how much will it cost you to make it?
Oh, the first year, it will cost us $600 per unit. The second year, it will cost us $350, and then the third year, it will cost us $300. Like I said, we have deals with our suppliers, whereas time progresses and we endure as a company, and we gain their trust, our cost of production will decrease.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Could we ask Conservation Solutions to take off their screen, and then we'll move forward? So the judges will now be going into deliberation. Mariam, you'll be taking them into a breakout room?
I will. Excuse me.
Okay, while we do that, we'd like to ask our audience that's actually working with PRE to do their final rounds, figuring out where they're going to place their $10,000, and also to rank the teams number 1 as a 1 to number 6 for the audience participation. And make sure that you send the comments to Teams. So you can take it over, Mike.
Moanne, can I just clarify too, because I asked this earlier, but 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest.
Yes, is that right? I mean, that's right, Linda, I believe.
Yeah,
that's what we've done before.
So your best, give them a 5.
No, I think. Now you
well,
got me.
It says 1 poor to 5 excellent.
Oh, it's saying that on there. I don't have access to that. So correct. So please recite that again, Miss Seifer. So all the students.
So when you're ranking 1 through 5, with 1 being poor, 5 being excellent on each area. But I'm not sure you can rank them, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know.
Okay.
I tried to do it. It didn't pop up on mine. So In any case, so go ahead and take a minute, make sure you make your comments to the individual teams, how you thought they did. And make sure you put your money in the and invest your pre-money. While you're doing that, there are tons of different thank yous that we have that I wanted to express. So Jane Oit, Alex Arnold, Victoria Briskin, Corey Busher, Chris Denko, Hayes Englehart, Jenna Fraser, Marsha Gregg, Charlene Griffith, Tom Goit, Alan Hardy, Hari Joel, Herbert Lee, Mark Lewis, Jenny Lind, Ron Mascalo, John Matheson, Eric Moss, Matthew Schmuck, Shabazz Shahabazi, Doug Skinner, Linda Tran, and Chris Yarba. Thank you so much for being the accounting mentors this year. We've really appreciated all of your time and hard work, and I'm sure the participants have as well. So thank you. A big round of applause to all of them.
Yes. So just so the audience knows that these are people from our business community as well as instructors who have given their time and their talents to our teams. So they're both been serving as business and accounting mentors for the past 12 weeks.
And then big thank yous to our sponsors. So my firm and Territorian Petron, who sponsors the event, and then Pre, who you've gotten a chance to see and use, Rotary, which I'm also a member of. Yay, Rotary. And then the Coder School. Thank you guys for donating your time and your products to help us all out. So do we have the top audience investor? Has it been loaded?
We're going to now stop the, if everybody is ready to go, we're going to stop the event.